Hello, my name's Angela from Angela Simpson Functional Medicine Physiotherapy. And I really look forward to speaking to you today about a health symptom that is very close to my heart because I have dealt with this on and off through most of my life. And that is the condition of anxiety. And I didn't actually realize that I had anxiety until later in life. But now that I look back on it, I realize that there was signs of me having anxiety from as young as I can remember. And it did actually take some specific triggers in my life for me to notice that the anxiety levels were basically out of control enough that it was starting to affect several aspects of my life and I needed to do something about it. And for me, it took a lot of digging to figure out the root cause of where it was coming from. But ultimately, I did figure it out. And it has helped me tremendously to regulate and manage my anxiety, to know where it's coming from, to know the potential triggers for it, and to know the best ways to optimize my body's health so that I don't get myself into a situation where that anxiety level rises again to a point where I become not functional to myself, to my family members, and to others around me, even in my workplace. And so I work with countless women that have anxiety issues. Often it is paired with depression, mood swings, sometimes even a mood disorder. And I have found that time and time again, the only way to really fix these symptoms is to learn the root cause of where it's coming from. Because although there are different common triggers for people, often stress is a big trigger for anxiety, ongoing chronic stress, especially traumatic life events, sometimes deaths in a family or close friends is a very strong trigger for mood changes and in particular anxiety. Hormonal fluctuations and changes to females' hormones as they are entering into perimenopause and even postmenopausally, I find is a very common trigger as well. However, these are not actually the root cause typically of where the anxiety is coming from. And I have found time and time again that most commonly the root cause of anxiety comes from some imbalances in the immune system and in gut function. And it really is important to learn about where these imbalances are before you can learn how to actually truly fix basically the biochemical imbalance as to where the anxiety is coming from. And I know a lot of people that have also tried different ways to fix the anxiety. Medication, prescription medication is a very common way to try and manage anxiety. However, this never really gets to the root cause of why you have it in the first place, and it never really fixes it. It just manages it, and sometimes even when you are on prescription medication, the anxiety can still elevate and get worse. And so it really is important to determine the underlying mechanism of where the anxiety is coming from. And when I talk about immune system and gut system imbalances, quite commonly this has started way back from when you were a child. It might have even started when you were in the womb, depending on your mother's health, types of things that she was exposed to when you were in the womb. So it can go way back, and it is really important to trace where it's coming from so that you can learn how to fix it and actually avoid these potential triggers from activating your anxiety again. And so if you are interested in learning more about this, if you do think this could be you, maybe you have noticed anxiety come on recently, or maybe when you really think about it, you may have struggled on and off with anxiety for years, please let me know. Because I'm happy to have a free 45-minute consult with you to talk about this, to see if it could be a good fit for us to work together to help you actually return back to optimal wellness and feel emotionally balanced again, both now and over the long term. And the reality, I suppose, as well, it's important to talk about what happens if you don't get that anxiety under control. It is a sign often that there are other systems in your body out of balance, and quite commonly it does have to do with the gut and the immune system. And so if this goes continuously unregulated, quite commonly what will happen is other conditions will develop around this anxiety symptom. And if it is immune system related, you definitely can be at higher risk for developing certain chronic conditions. Autoimmunity is a common one. You could even be at risk for developing something more serious, such as cancer or heart disease. And these, although are treatable on a certain level, depending on what you are diagnosed with, it's definitely not something that is as easy to manage as learning how to figure out the root cause of your anxiety and how to fix it before you have that potential risk for those other conditions to develop down the road. So if you are interested in learning about this and how I can help you, and if you really want to get rid of that anxiety that you have been struggling with either on and off your whole life or more recently and you just can't manage, please let me know. You can reach me at my website. It is www.angelasimpsonfunctionalmedicine.ca, and I really look forward to hearing from you. Thanks, and we'll talk soon.